welcome to Wrestle MSX. I am Michael.
I'm Sally, and this is our look at Saturday night's main event.
We kicked off with the six-woman tag, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss against Jade Cargill, Michin and B-Fab, with the latter trio paying homage to Michael Jackson in the way they were dressed. Not moves, as there were no moonwalks, although they could have tried, just for a laugh. Cargill and Ripley were to kick things off, but Cargill had second thoughts and tagged in Fab. Flair is the mark and takes the brunt of the action, with Ripley eventually coming in and decimating Team Cargill.
Michin did manage to hit Ripley with a poison rana and get a 2 count, with various 2 counts then exchanged between the teams. Then, after a flurry of activity between all 6 women, we eventually get Rhea against Jade. Rhea got the upper hand and landed a riptide into cover, but Michin made the save on 2. After more mayhem, in a good way, Flair and Ripley put aside their differences and became besties along with Bliss, with the pair even crotch-chopping together.
Clearly fans of the best era attitude. Anyway, while the 3 of them were being besties, Cargill gets back in the ring and pushes them all so they all collide. Cargill then grabs Ripley, hits Jaded and covers for the 1, 2, 3, which, may I add, I called that finish.
You did, yeah.
When we did the musings or when we did the predictions, I said I've got a feeling Cargill's going to cover Ripley.
Yeah, one of them too, yeah.
Because obviously they've got the match coming at Clash
That's it, yeah.
I keep wanting to say Paris, but it's
I know, yeah.
It's Clash. Yeah, why was it Clash? Was it Clash in Paris?
Yeah, we're doing Clash in Paris.
But this is Clash in Italy.
Yes.
So we've gone from a city
to the whole country.
Yeah. Anyway, I think this gives Cargill the edge now going into that match, but I think they want you to think that because I still think Ripley will retain.
Yeah. We then see Kathy Kelly ask Ethan Page how determined he is to walk out of Saturday night's main event with the Intercontinental Championship. Very, comes the answer. He adds Penta is one hell of a champion, but he'll be handing him the title after the match. We then see Kelly with Sol Ruca and asks her if she's ready, with Ruca asking if Lynch is ready. As all it takes is one soul snatcher. Sol then heads out for her match against Becky Lynch.
Lynch launches an attack before the bell is even rung, with Ruca then coming out on top as the two fight in the corner. Sol is about to then hit a corner move, which the commentators claim is a soul snatcher, but it was nothing like it. Anyway, as Sol went for the corner move, Lynch pulled the ref in the way, with Sol then hitting the official. The ref then called for the bell, but gave the match to Sol, as she was wise to Lynch's antics. After the match, Lynch attacked Ruca with the belt and hit her with multiple manhandle slams. So, this is definitely to be continued.
100%, yeah. We then have a vignette from Penta. See Nick Aldis tell Becky Lynch that she'll be defending her Intercontinental Championship at Clash in Italy against Sol Ruca. And then hear, not see, as the feed breaks, Kathy Kelly speaking with the Irresistible Forces.
Well done, guys.
The Forces once again say they're going to end the nostalgia tour for Paige and Brie, with Jax adding they're taller, stronger, and better. Fair.
Wow. Penta versus Ethan Page for the Intercontinental Championship is up next, as it wasn't long until the fight ended up outside, where Page took advantage by throwing Penta into the ring post, and then back into the ring, where he followed up with two count covers. The corner headstand turns things around for Penta, with a springboard DDT then netting him a 2 count cover.
A backstabber gets him another 2 with a mid-ring slap-off then ensuing. The confidence breaker nets Page 2 with a Penta driver scoring another 2 for Penta. An avalanche slam gets Page another 2 with the all ego then removing a turnbuckle pad. Penta hits the exposed metal, but Page can still only manage a 2 count cover. Page then runs into the uncovered turnbuckle and brains himself, with Penta then hitting a springboard Mexican destroyer and covering for the win.
Now, I'm going to get on my high horse about this again. Nothing from Page. It was real basic. Kicks, wow, punches, and even so he hit an avalanche slam, which middle rope, but all he did was fall with him. So Penta's obviously inverted, and all he's done is Paige is just fallen off the middle rope. Absolutely nothing from him.
Fair.
I mean, you compare him to Saints, and it's like comparing day to night. I do not see I can't see anything in Paige, because I thought I'll watch him tonight. Because this is his moment. It's for a title. It's just him. There should be no interference. There was no interference, but there was nothing. I mean, I don't. If anybody wants to disagree and say he's amazing or he's the best, please let me know. I mean, he might be good on the mic, but his skill set, wrestling, is poor. It was like Julia. Mint in the ring, but mouthpiece, poor on the mic. Whereas Paige might be the other way around. Good on the mic, but poor in ring. You've got to have both. You can't just bring them up and let's have them go in rubbish.
Kathy Kelly asks the female tech champs.
Complaints to Wrestle MSX. You know where we are.
Can I continue?
Yes, please. Sorry.
Thank you very much. Kathy Kelly asks the female tag champs for their response to the Irresistible Forces, with Brie saying they know they're the underdogs, but she believes in them. Paige echoes her thoughts, but says they're going to win. We learn of another Saturday night's main event on the 18th of July, see a vignette from the Street Profits, and then head back to the ring for our next match. The Irresistible Forces versus Brie Bella and Paige for the Women's WWE Tag Team Championships.
This is all the forces, with a pair working over Paige for an absolute age. Jax, though, eventually posed herself, allowing Paige to tag out and bring in Brie. Brie does well for about 30 seconds until she too suffers at the hands of the forces. A splash from Lash, a middle rope leg drop from Jax, then get them a 2 count cover, with Brie then stumbling back to her corner for the tag. Paige jumps at Jax, he's caught but manages to go down Jax's back and hit a sunset flip, according to Cole, and roll Jax up for a cover. While in the cover, Brie places her foot on Paige's backside, giving her extra leverage over Jax, with the referee then counting the 1, 2, 3.
Just before the last match, Kathy Kelly asks Paul Heyman what kind of challenge he's expecting tonight. Heyman basically says the Profits are going to lose, with Paul saying they're the greatest tag team champions in the history of the world. So, Saturday night's main event, The Vision versus the Street Profits for the World Tag Team Championships.
Quite a slow start. Move, posture, move, posture, move, posture. We get a double team from the Profits, followed by a handshake, and the Vision then being sent from the ring, with the Vision then deciding enough is enough and heading up the rampway. The Profits, though, bring them back, but shouldn't have bothered, as the Profits then suffer, with Dawkins taking a 2 count cover.
More posturing is followed by the odd move, with Dawkins then taking another pasting in the corner. His break comes, though, when Paul misses a corner move, allowing him to escape and bring in Ford. Ford has a full energy meter and takes it to the Vision, but only manages a 2 off a standing moonsault, with Paul coming back in and getting 2 off a springboard somersault lariat.
The Profits then very nearly get the win after a super blockbuster, but Paul manages to break the cover on 2. The Brawlers then end up on the outside, which is when Bron Breakker makes an appearance. Here we go. He attempts a super spear to Ford, but he leaps the Breakker Express, which then collides with Dawkins. Dawkins launches Bron over the announcer's desk, with Breakker landing on the commentator's chairs and taking him out the game.
The Profits then get Theory back into the ring, where Dawkins hits him with a spinebuster and Ford a frog splash. Ford covers, but Heyman places Theory's foot on the rope, breaking the count.
What a cheat.
Ford then goes after Heyman on the outside, but Paul catches him with the brass knuckles. The ref's dealing with Dawkins, so he doesn't see.
Of course he doesn't see.
Logan then throws Ford back into the ring. Dawkins dives out at him, and then Theory covers Ford for the win. After the match, Breakker dishes out spears, with Saturday night's main event ending like this.
Yes, not bad. Just a few things again. Paige was poor. The last match was decent. But we'll cover this a little more on musings.
Definitely,
But if you've enjoyed our coverage, please give us a like. If you really enjoyed it, consider subscribing. But whatever you do, thank you for watching.
And hopefully we'll see you Tuesday for Raw.